When humans don't express their feelings in a healthy way, don't have a safe space to express them, men, women, whoever, bad things happen.
Yeah.
That's why I think we see a lot of pain and suffering in the world and a lot of war and dis-ease that's happening, caused by a lot of men, because they don't have the space to share. And that's why I think it's so important. You're talking about boundaries, talking about healing, talking about creating a healthy boundary with yourself, opening up, expressing yourself. And I think, I hope more people hear this message, men and women, and every human hears this message about opening up their feelings. And it can be journaling. It doesn't have to be expressing it to social media every day. It can be journaling, talking to a therapist, talking to a friend. It can look different for everyone.
It should, yeah, it can and it should. And I think, again, boundaries are a great way to start that opening up, because you don't want to vomit every feeling you've ever had in a space that might not be safe for you. So you can set limits with different people, with social media groups, with whatever that looks like, to be able to start sharing in a way that does feel safe. And then hopefully expand those limits as you gain confidence with sharing your feelings and as you're affirmed because you're sharing with the right people.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said you're with drugs and alcohol addiction, right? For
Not alcohol. I never drank.
Drug addiction.
Yeah, just a lot of drugs.
Do you think if you would have expressed your feelings more regularly, you would do less drugs at that time?
I would never have started doing drugs.
Really?
The only reason I started doing drugs was because at 16, I was sexually assaulted. I didn't tell anyone for a year. When I did tell my family, they didn't handle it well. And they said, we can't tell anyone. We need to keep it quiet or it will hurt the family. And I felt like I had no outlet whatsoever. They put me in therapy, but like I didn't want to talk about it.
But you couldn't talk about it to your family.
I couldn't talk about it to my family. I had internalized the message that obviously it was my fault. Obviously I had done something wrong. And so I began looking for things to numb that experience and to numb these feelings that I had been shoving down. I tried controlling my eating, that didn't work. I tried drinking, that didn't work. And then I found drugs and I was like, this is it. Here we are.
It made you feel better.
Yeah.
It was a coping mechanism.
It took me away.
Right.
It was the first thing that took me as far away from myself as I wanted to be. And then I spent 5 years doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you start to shift out of that? Was it talking about your feelings more? Like when did the process change to a different coping mechanism?
Well, I mean, it started when I went into rehab twice. I went in twice, right? The second time it really stuck and I decided I was going to really change every aspect of my life and really become this healthy person with healthy habits. That was really the first time I ever set boundaries around my addiction and my recovery. And I think that's what changed it for me. That's why I didn't have a second relapse. But then it was just a process. So I started exercising, and I certainly exercised to an unhealthy degree, but then that modulated itself. And then I started eating healthier and did my first Whole30 and was like, oh, wow, the way you're using food is not super healthy. And you know, then I went back to therapy and started talking about more things, but not all the things. And I went through my divorce and really started talking about all the things. So it's been like a process for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you know, I'll talk to you 2 or 3 years from now and be like, oh, since we've talked, I've done like X, Y, and Z, and here are the other things I've done. But
what's the thing you're most proud of, Melissa?
I'm like a way better mom than I ever thought I would be. I'm a really good mom. I have a well of patience for my child that nobody in my life, myself included, knew existed. And I have a sense of love for him that I've never before experienced and like never will again. I'm a way better mom than I thought I would be. And I'm really proud of that.
That's beautiful. That's really cool.
I love my kiddo.
That's really cool. Just wait till he's a teenager, right?
Yeah,
see if you have
I can see that now. He's 9. He's in a nice little sweet spot now.
How do you learn to let go of a relationship or relationships with people that don't respect your boundaries?
So this is the thing. If your boundary is you telling other people what you are willing to do to keep yourself safe and healthy, that doesn't always mean that the outcome is like desirable. If you're talking about boundaries at work, and they won't respect them, are you willing to transfer departments, go to HR, look for a new job? If it's boundaries with a family member and they will not respect them to the point where it is seriously harming your relationship, your physical health, your mental health, are you willing to cut that person off? Are you willing to take a break from them? or seriously limit the way that you choose to engage with them. We will communicate only via email and text at this point, not in person, not on the phone. You have actions that you are able to take, but that doesn't mean that those actions are always easy or always your desired outcome. And then what you have to ask yourself is, how willing am I to let this person continue to harm me for the sake of preserving this relationship? And like, what would that look like? What does it look like? And are there limits that I can set in between letting them run me over exactly the way they are and cutting off the relationship altogether? Because there are a lot of things I think that you could do in between to preserve the relationship in a way that works for you. You just have to be willing to like find it and then ultimately hold it for yourself.
Yeah. Oh man.
I know it's not easy, but I don't want to be in a relationship that makes me feel like crap every time I show up, or
It's
that
not worth it.
doesn't allow me to be my fullest self, or that like hurts me every time I'm there.
It's not worth it.
I don't think that it is, and I can't make that decision for anybody else. If you say like, no, she's my mom and I want to maintain a relationship with my mom, and like she's family and I'm going to, then like that's your decision, but I want you to go into it eyes open.
Yeah, and I think I used to get really annoyed with my mom, right? I think because I'm the youngest of four and I used to feel like she always treated me like a baby. Even today, it's like I'm doing so much for, her and different things, but she still treats me a certain way sometimes. Where it's like, okay, mom, don't do this. It's like this a little annoyance, right? And it wasn't until a few years ago where I said, you know what? I'm just going to accept her for it.
Yeah.
I may not like it, I may not enjoy it, but how can I change my response and my feeling towards it? How can I tell a different story to myself about how my mom shows up? Is it the worst thing in the world? Is it like ruining my day? No, it's an annoyance that I grew up with this feeling.
Yeah.
And if I want to have a deeper, healthier relationship with my mom, right? As she continues to get older, I want her in my life. I don't want to distance myself because some things she says or does annoys me every now and then.
Yes.
It's not like she's trying to ruin my life, right?
Yeah.
It's just her way of being.
Yeah.
And I've communicated what I don't like, and it's still happening. It's like, okay, then do I want her in my life? Yes. Is she going to be this way? Yes. Okay, do I get to love and accept her for who she is and shift the narrative within me and have more patience, like you said, and learn how to deal with it?
Yeah.
Absolutely, if that's the relationship I want. And since doing that the last couple of years, like, it doesn't annoy me as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay, I just kind of laugh it off, as opposed to get frustrated.
Yes.
Because I chose to be different around the situation.
Yeah.
So there are nuances to it as well, I think.
There absolutely are, and this is why there's no one size fits all boundary scenario, because what might feel like an annoyance to you might be really harmful to somebody else.
Yes.
What one family is like, oh my gosh, how could you interact like that as a family? That wouldn't work for us. As somebody else's, like, absolutely, drop over whenever you want. You don't even have to knock. Like, there is no one size fits all.
The door's always open. Yeah,
absolutely.
Stay anytime you want.
Yeah, but I do like this idea of asking myself, like, what is the story I'm telling myself about this? And like, is there some examination of that I could do on my end?
Can I be more flexible or more accepting?
Yeah, sure.
Unless it's some extreme thing where you don't feel safe, then create the boundary.
Yes.
Right? You need space. You need okay, cool. But if your mom's just being annoying every now and then, like, okay, just love her and accept her and just move on.
I think so, yes.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.